Hi, third graders. Welcome to lesson 16.5, Elapsed Time. Notice we skipped over 16.3 and 16.4. Those were adding and subtracting time, and I just went ahead and skipped over those because we're going to be looking at that in this lesson as well. So let's get started with finding elapsed time. And when we say elapsed time, all that means is how much time has gone by or how much time has passed during an activity. So our first example says Tom's soccer practice started at 3 o'clock p.m. It ended at 5 o'clock p.m. How long was his soccer practice? So here is our 3 o'clock. Remember, our hour hand is the short one, minute hand's the long one. And then it ended at 5 o'clock. So here's our hour hand pointing at the 5 and our minute hand pointing at the 12. And we know that there is 1 hour in between 3 o'clock p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. And then there's 1 hour in between 4 o'clock p.m. and 5 o'clock p.m. So his soccer practice lasted for 2 hours. So this timeline that you see here, this is really the easiest way for us to figure out elapsed time. So I love these timelines because they can show us at the top here how much time has gone by, and then we just have to add that up, and that will tell us how much time has passed. Okay, Anita started her dinner at 6:45 p.m. She finished at 7:20 p.m. How long did her dinner last? Okay, so this one is starting at 6:45 p.m. So what we want to do is we want to get to a nice friendly number. So when I say a nice friendly number, I mean either a number that's exactly like 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or we want to get to a half hour because those are pretty friendly also, right? Because we know that half an hour is 30 minutes. So if we can get to a number like 12:30 or 1:30 or 2:30 or 3:30, those are our friendly numbers. So if we're starting at 6:45 p.m., the next friendly number that we can get to from here would be 7 o'clock, right? Because 6:45 is pretty close to 7 o'clock. So we're going to draw our timeline, and we're starting at 6:45. We want to get to 7 o'clock because that is a nice friendly time. So we know that there are 15 minutes from 6:45 p.m. to 7 p.m. And if we're not sure about that, all we need to do is start here and count 5, 10, 15. So that's our 15 minutes. We got to 7, but we need to get to 7:20. So we've got to go 20 more minutes to get to 7:20. So if you look at this clock over here, it shows us how much total time passed. It started at 6:45, that's where this orange starts, and then it went all the way over to 7:20. And you can see the same thing here on this number line. We just did 2 jumps. We did 15 minutes to get us to this nice friendly 7 o'clock, and then we jumped again to 7:20. So we can just add up those 2 times now, and that gives us a total of 35 minutes because 15 plus 20 is 35. So her dinner lasted for 35 minutes. Okay, so let's look at a few of these questions on the next page. Let me turn on my little tool. Okay, the first one says, what time is 3 hours after 7 p.m.? So all we have to do, guys, is we start at 7, right? So we don't count our 7. We're going to count 3 hours after that. So we're going to go 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. So 3 hours after 7 p.m. would be 10 p.m. Okay, and let's see. There we go. All right. Number 2, what time is 2 hours after 7:15 p.m.? So now we're starting at 7:15. So when we count an hour from that, it would be 8:15, and then another hour would be 9:15. So 9:15. And since we did not get to midnight, it's still p.m. Okay. And then number 3, how many hours are there from 9 o'clock to noon? So I'm assuming they mean 9 o'clock a.m. since that's the one that comes right before noon. So if we're at 9, we need to get to 12 because noon is 12 o'clock p.m. So from 9 o'clock a.m., we're going to go 10, 11, 12. And that gets us to noon or 12 o'clock p.m. So there are 3 hours there. Number 4, how many hours are there from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m.? Well, that one we just start at 2:30 and we go 3:30, 4:30. So it's 2. Number 5, what time is 15 minutes after 11 o'clock a.m.? So that would just be 11:15 a.m., right guys? Because that would be 15 minutes after 11 o'clock. Okay, and then number 6, what time is 45 minutes after 11:30 a.m.? So this one could get a little tricky, and for ones like this, I would recommend using a timeline, or if you can do it in your head, because you know that between 11:30 and noon would be 30 minutes, and then you need to go 45 total, so you need to go another 15 minutes after that, so that would get you to 12:15. Okay, because we know that 45 is 30 plus 15, so we got to 12:15. Since we started in the a.m. and we went past 12 o'clock, that means we went past noon, so it's now 12:15 p.m. And then number 7, how many minutes are there from 11:50 a.m. to 12:25 p.m.? So I'm going to do this in my head, but I'm going to make sure I get myself to a nice friendly number. So I know from 11:50 to 12 would be 10 minutes, and then from 12 to 12:25 would be another 25 minutes. So I know 10 minutes plus 25 minutes would be 35 minutes. Okay. And remember, we can abbreviate minutes with our MIN. Okay, so let's look at this example down here where they made a nice lovely timeline for us to look at. So it says Rachel and Shannon went to a fair. They arrived at 7:50 p.m. and left at 9:15 p.m. How long were they at the fair? So our clocks here are showing us the time they arrived. So notice the hour hand is very close to that 8, but it's not at the 8 yet, so it's still in the hour of 7. And we can tell that because our minute hand is way over here, which means it's getting close to that next hour of 8, but it's still in the hour of 7. And we know because it's pointing at the 10 that that means 50 minutes because we count by 5s around our clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So this is showing us 7:50 or 10 minutes to 8, 5, 10. And then they left at 9:15. So here is our hour hand right past the 9, and our minute hand is on the 3 because that's 5, 10, 15. So we need to figure out how much time passed between 7:50 p.m. and 9:15 p.m. So the easiest way to do that, guys, is to have a number line like this. So we want to start our number line or timeline at 7:50 p.m. since that's when they got there. And then we want to get to a nice friendly time. We know that 7:50 p.m. is only 10 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and 8 o'clock is a nice friendly time. So we want to make our first jump to 8 o'clock p.m., and that's going to be a jump of 10 minutes there. Okay, so now we're at 8. We know we have to go to 9 something, right? So we can go from 8 all the way to 9. So that's a long jump of a whole hour. So there's our hour up top. Now we're at 9 o'clock, another friendly number. And now we need to get to 9:15. So we can jump from 9 o'clock to 9:15, and that's a jump of 15 minutes. Now all we have to do is add up all our times. Oh, put a little dot there. Okay, so we know we have 1 hour, and then our minutes are 15 minutes plus 10 minutes, which is 25. So the total time they were at the fair would be 1 hour and 25 minutes. Okay, we're going to look at one more example and then I'll show you your practice page for this lesson. So this example says, after a party, Emily cleans her house. She starts cleaning at 10:30 p.m. and finishes in 1 hour, 45 minutes. Poor Emily, why did her friends not help her clean that house? That wasn't very nice. So what time did she finish cleaning the house? And our little friend is saying Emily works past midnight, so PM becomes AM. So this poor girl was up all hours of the night cleaning her house. And he's also telling us count on the hours and minutes from 12 a.m. So this time we know what time she starts cleaning, and we know that she cleans for 1 hour and 45 minutes. So this time we already know how much time has passed, and we're trying to figure out what time she actually finished. So this one's a little different, but we can use the same strategy with our timeline. So here's our timeline. We know that she starts cleaning at 10:30 p.m. So we want to get to a nice friendly time. So we're going to go 30 minutes because 30 minutes will get us right to 11 o'clock p.m. We know that she cleans for a total of 1 hour and 45 minutes, right, guys? So that first jump we did was 30 minutes. So we know that we can definitely jump a whole hour because she cleaned for 1 hour and 45 minutes, right? So we can jump from 11 to midnight. That's a whole hour. So far we have jumped 1 hour and 30 minutes. And we know that she actually cleaned for 1 hour and 45 minutes. So we have to go another 15 minutes from here to get 1 hour and 45 minutes. So from midnight or 12 a.m., we're going to go another 15 minutes and get to 12:15 a.m. So we just figured out that Emily finished cleaning the house at 12:15 a.m. or 15 minutes after midnight. Poor girl. Okay guys, this is the practice page that will be in Google Classroom. Sorry it looks so weird. I made it shorter. It was like 20 questions and it turned out like this, so we're just going to deal with it. So this one, the top part, it says tell what time it will be. So 2 hours after 7 p.m., you're just going to count 2 full hours. This one, you're starting at 2:45 a.m. and you're going to count 3 hours after that. This one, you're starting at 9 p.m. and you're going to go 35 minutes. And then this one is a little trickier. You're at 8:50 a.m. and you have to go 25 minutes. So I would go 10 minutes first to get you to 9 and then go another 15 minutes. Remember, you can type anywhere you see a question mark. And then down here, you're going to answer these ones on the next page that you'll see. That looks like this. Okay, so I went ahead and did timelines for you and showed each of the jumps. So let's look at number 5. So it says, find out how much time has passed and draw a timeline to help you. So I went ahead and did the timelines. All you need to do is look at the jumps and figure out how much time has passed. So let's look at number 5. It's 5:45 p.m. to 6:20 p.m. So if we look at our timeline, we start at 5:45 p.m. And remember, we want to get to our friendly number or friendly time first. So we're going to go from 5:45 to 6 o'clock because 6 o'clock is a nice friendly time. So we know from 5:45 to 6 o'clock would be 15 minutes. And then from 6 o'clock to 6:20, which is where we're trying to get to, we know that would be 20 minutes. So you're just going to add up your 15 minutes plus your 20 minutes, and you can tell us how much time has passed or elapsed. Okay, for number 6, you're starting at 3:25 a.m. and you're going to 4:10 a.m. So let's take a look at that one. So we're starting at 3:25. So I went ahead and got us to 3:30 because 3:30 is still a pretty friendly time, and we know it's only 5 minutes from 3:25 to 3:30. So here we are at 3:30. We're trying to get to 4:10. So we know that we can jump to 4 first, since that's a nice friendly time, and we know it's 30 minutes from 3:30 to 4. Once we're at 4, we just need to go another 10 minutes, and then we can just add up all of our minutes, and that will tell us how much time has elapsed. Okay, looking at number 7, noon to 4:55 p.m. So we know noon is 12 o'clock p.m. So here we are at noon. We're going all the way to 4:55 p.m. So this first jump we do, we can make a huge jump of 4 whole hours, getting us all the way to 4 o'clock. From there, we just need to go another 55 minutes to get to 4:55, and then we can just add up how many hours and how many minutes have passed or elapsed from 12 to 4:55. And then number 8, 11:20 a.m. to 2:35 p.m. So let's look at this one. We're starting here at 11:20 a.m. and we can get all the way to noon or 12 o'clock p.m. That's a nice friendly time. So from 11:20 to noon or 12 o'clock would be 40 minutes. So we're now at 12 o'clock, and we know we're trying to get to 2:35. So we can jump all the way to 2 o'clock, which is a jump of 2 hours, right? So if we're at 12, we would go 1, 2, that's 2 whole hours. And then from 2 o'clock, we just have to do one more jump of 35 minutes and get us to 2:35 p.m. And this one, notice you've got your 2 hours here, and then you have 40 minutes plus 35 minutes. So if we were to add 40 plus 35, that's going to give us 75 minutes, right, guys? So we know there are 60 minutes in an hour, right? So if we have 75 minutes, then we know that we definitely have a whole nother hour there, right? So instead of 2 hours, we're actually going to have 3 hours. So it's your job to figure out how many extra minutes there are in, so it was 75 minutes, right? So what's the total going to be? We know that 60 of those minutes are going to make another hour, so our hours are going to be 3. And then how many extra minutes are there going to be? Okay, so that is your practice page for this lesson, guys. Good luck, and I'll see you soon. Bye.